All right, guys and girls, happy Monday. We'll get started here in just a moment. It is Monday night. I'm sipping some wine, relaxing. So we'll do a little short news and nonsense. And yeah, let's do this one with no ads, as usual. Even though Comcast, I got the bill in the mail. They raised my bill again. Dear valued Comcast customer, please send all of your AdSense revenue to us. Well, thank you. I don't mind if I do. Blah. All right, time for another sip of wine. Anyway, welcome aboard. And we'll have a few laughs tonight. Something different for a Monday evening. I'm sure I will miss most of you, but maybe I'll catch you on the next one. So give me a moment here and we'll get started with a few true, unusual news articles around the world. The joy of technology. Well, let's start with this news article. This is from CNN. I can't even say the word. Poop-powered planes. Apparently, there is a UK aviation company, I'll have to find a name here, has developed a jet fuel made entirely from human poop. This is not a joke. You can fill in your own jokes. The company is called Firefly Green Fuels. Based in Gloucestershire, Gloucestershire. I'm thinking of Worcestershire sauce. In the UK, it's part of the sustainable aviation fuel technology. They're doing this to cut down carbon emissions from jet planes and whatnot. But apparently they have found a way to take sewage, poop, whatever, and transform it into jet fuel. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I expect the stock of Taco Bell to go way up. Pardon me while I take another drink of wine. All right, next article. Let's see, what do we have? I'm just being silly tonight. Next article. Parks Canada. I guess the national parks in Canada are urging drivers not to let moose lick their cars. I'm sorry, I couldn't find a car wash. Parks officials in Canada are urging drivers not to stop on highways to let moose lick the salt off of their cars. A spokesperson, Tracy McKay, says that allowing moose to lick road salt from cars causes them to lose their fear of roads and vehicles. I can certainly understand that. Well then, we need to stop the licking and keep on ticking. Next story. I'm sure you people are tired of potholes, as am I here in Ohio. Well, this is from the UPI.com. This is in Michigan. I guess the potholes there are just as bad as here in Ohio. Apparently somebody placed a large recliner inside a pothole. You know, a recliner, chair, a lazy boy. They placed the recliner inside a large hole. This apparently led to an entire living room scene being set up outdoors. Because why not? Before you laugh, the recliner was removed and the chair was spotted for sale on Facebook Marketplace with an asking price of $1,000. The chair was soon replaced with the blue armchair, and locals added furniture to the scene until it was a full outdoor living room. Sure, with the little pool for the ducks and the potholes, right? At the end of the day, the pothole does need to be fixed. Well, duh! Somebody told WXMI TV in Michigan. Yeah, the solution here, according to our city leaders, is to try avoiding the potholes for a couple months. The problem is, you try to avoid this pothole, you smack into another pothole. They multiply like rodents, my friends. Yes, they do. Okay. This is from the website studyfinds.org. Scientists Hello, Star Trek. Scientists teleport images using light. Huh. From Johannesburg, South Africa. Wow. An international research team has achieved a groundbreaking feat in quantum communication. The ability for the first time to teleport images across a network without physically sending the image itself. That is interesting. Yeah, maybe one day the teleporter will become a reality. Huh. Okay. I have lots of respect for researchers and scientists. Well, I can't wait to install the first transporter room here next year. Or not. All right. What else do I have? A couple more. Boy, what a mess in the Ukraine. But this is from Newsbreak.com. Russia accidentally fires a missile on itself. In a rare admission, Russia's defense ministry said one of its own warplanes dropped explosives on a village in Voronezh, in the Voronezh region. I hate my country, comrade. Yeah, this is true, and it's very sad. One more. This is from actually last year. Ukrainian helicopter crew say women flash them as they fly overhead, boosting their morale as they fight Russia. Again, for this one here, you can insert your own jokes. This is a family channel, but maybe I should learn how to become a helicopter pilot to enjoy the scenery, if you know what I mean. Bada boom. Okay, let me grab the rest of my wine, and we'll see if anybody has popped in the chat. Don't usually do these on Monday evening, but it's tricky wine and I got bored, so give me a second here. Let me transition my split screen here. Jeff Kelly is in the house. Well, good evening, Jeff. Jeff says, where do you find this stuff? I know it takes a twisted mind like myself to find this stuff. It's out there on the web if you search it. It's just, oddball news items, Jeff. It's all it is. And, some of it's funny. Some of it is just both funny and unusual. But, hey, it's all for good fun. And, Jeff, by the way, Happy New Year, my friend. How are you? Hope you had a nice Christmas. Peaceful and all that. Here tomorrow in Ohio, we're going to have 50 degrees, believe it or not, and rain. Well, I guess I don't have to shovel rain, right? So, was Santa kind to you this past Christmas, Jeff? Did you get every technology toy that you wanted? I got a new cell phone from Motorola, and that was pretty much it for me. I was going to get a new computer sometime this year, but I decided to upgrade some of the plumbing here, and yeah, it was due. This is stuff I wanted to do during the pandemic, but I put it off, but it was time, so I did it. By the way, if anybody else is watching who is new to the live shows and would like to ask a question or anything, a comment, please do. I do these live streams at random to catch people who don't normally have a chance to say hello. So again, don't be shy. This is your community, your channel as much as it is mine. So oh my goodness, Jeff. Well, Happy New Year. You had a fall and tore your quads. Had an operation. My goodness. I hope you're okay. Whoa. It's always something, isn't it? Well, I hope you're okay, my friend. Yeah, we've had quite a few people here at work get sick from the flu or RSV or whatever that new strain is called. So there's definitely stuff going around. You have to be careful, but yeah. I hope you're home resting well, Jeff. You're here. Where I live here in Ohio, of course, I did that little news article jokes about the potholes. It really is bad, to the point where it's almost impossible to avoid them. And so what I do is I drive extra slow over the potholes. Now I have an SUV with fairly large tires, and I have a little bit of a gap. But if you drive in a regular car, there's no way that you can attempt to drive over them without banging up your car, that is. So be careful with the potholes. Thank you, Jeff. He says your news cheered me up. Glad I could help, my friend. We all need a laugh. If you can, if you remember, check out the on YouTube the Whose Line Is It Anyway show videos on YouTube. These guys are geniuses. They've been doing it 20 years, and trust me, it'll put a smile on your face, as it does on mine. These guys are just quick-witted, funny, always a good time. Check out Whose Line Is It Anyway on YouTube. So for tonight, yeah, I'm just chilling. Caught the evening news, having a glass of wine or two, and just relaxing for this evening. I don't normally do this stuff on Monday evenings, but I figure why not for tonight? Let's do it. So here I am. I did catch the nightly news about Boeing still having a problem with their planes about loose bolts or defective bolts on their emergency doors blowing off. This is insane. It just seems like post-pandemic, nothing seems quite right or quite normal still. Maybe it's just me, but plane doors blowing off. I replaced two key fobs, car key fobs on my son's Lexus, and they both broke. The plastic just breaks apart, and it's like, what is going on? So yeah, it's just weird, Jeff. It just, things don't quite seem normal yet, and I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but man, it's just weird. All right, I'm going to pour myself another glass of wine. I'll stick around a little bit longer. See if anybody else wants to jump in and say hello. This is only 3% alcohol here, I think, in this sweet red wine. You're saying there's a big storm headed to Wisconsin tonight. Good one. Good, no one got ejected from the plane. Yeah, really. Yeah, I think the door blew off right after takeoff. They were able to descend to a minimum. I'm not a pilot, but I think if the plane is at minimum 10,000 feet or below, you don't have to wear the air masks, the oxygen masks on the plane, and the pressure gets stabilized, I think. But yeah, I guess cell phones were sucked out, pillows or whatever, but no one got hurt. But yeah, it's it's just weird. Is it safe to fly anymore? But anyway, that's what's going on in the news, and it's not good. I did see about a winter storm, Finn, something like that, brewing out there. I think where you're at, Jeff, coming this way. But this way, when it hits here, Ohio, and I'm right across Pittsburgh, they said it's going to be warm and rain, maybe some wind. So I don't have to shovel rain, so I'll take it. I guess they have. I guess in some states they have nicknames for their snowplows. Like I think one of the names is the Great Leplowski. This is true, by the way. They give their city crews silly names for their plows. I think another name for the plow was Spready Mercury. Anyway, just silly stuff. Speaking of Wisconsin, I think Green Bay Packers made the playoffs. They're playing my Cowboys next week, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Jeff. No wine while on blood thinners. Yes, you can. You are welcome to join me with some wine anytime, my friend. But yes, that is true. No wine while on blood thinners. No alcohol whatsoever. Absolutely. But I'll have a toast to your speedy recovery, my friend. Yeah, I don't know when to schedule these shows anymore. Very few people were showing up on the weekends last summer. Of course, last summer was the first post-pandemic summer after 3 years of almost hell, as it were. And people had plans catching up with family and stuff, which I totally get it. But maybe it'll change this year, but we'll see. But I'll stick around just a little bit longer. We'll see if anybody else stops in. If not, then we'll call it an evening. So Jeff, what computers or technology do you have around the house, if I may ask? Debian for 22 years. Nice. I'm assuming Debian's stable, right? Cool. Yeah, the last poll that I did for you guys to pick the best Linux for last year, Debian was mentioned as of Linux Mint also. I've looked at some blogs lately of the top 10 list for Linux, or the top 5 list, or the best Linux list for this year. There's not a single mention of Chrome OS. Chrome OS is the only worldwide Linux standard. It is the only one, and there's no mention of it. It's not helping Windows users. No stable Arch machine here. Oh yeah, that joke. We all lived in the stable. You remember that joke? Oh man, was that last summer or the summer before? I went to see Ringo Starr and his friends in Pittsburgh, and they sang this song. We all lived in a yellow. Of course, my twisted mind, instead of singing "We all lived in a yellow submarine," we all lived in the stable Arch machine. Don't know where that came from. It's just how my mind thinks. But yeah, I remember. Of course, stable and Arch is kind of like an oxymoron, right? I'm doing this from Linux Mint tonight. I'm happy with Linux Mint, of course, Chrome OS, and even Windows 11 works pretty good on these older machines, so very happy with that. I actually did a live test stream on my outdated Chromebook with just 2 gigs of RAM. It sputtered a little bit, but it actually worked. The Chrome OS worked. Yeah, that's what I have. Mint Mate. on my Dell and on this Lenovo. Very happy with it. I just like to keep it simple. I don't do a lot of customizations. Once I got the panel set up with my shortcuts, icons, that's pretty much it. You know, I like not having to customize a lot of things for fear of breaking something, which is why I like Chromebooks. They just work. No fear of anything breaking. Anyway, well, here's a toast to all the Debian users. Salute. I should have mixed it with some 7-Up anyway. Yeah, the new the Chromebooks from last year and this year, if you buy them, if they were manufactured recently, they'll give you at least 10 years of updates. Google will, and that's fantastic. Very affordable Linux, to say the least. Hello, Steve. Steve just popped in the house. Good evening, sir. Watching on the big screen while making dinner. Oh, that's right. You're an hour behind me, I believe. Here it is 8:10 approximately. Well, happy dinner to you. Yeah, I'm just chilling for this evening, Steve. That I opened up with the quick, just a couple of news nonsense items to cheer people up, like Jeff, who needed cheering up. And this one should be, I believe I clicked no ads for this one. So if you want to play this back from the beginning for a few laughs, I don't think any ads are showing. So yeah, it says monetization off, so I did it right this time. But yeah, just something to do this evening. Nothing going on. Having a couple glasses of wine. Thought I would do this on the Monday evening just for something different. Just for a few laughs. For dinner, I had pasta and sausage. Yummy. So, Steve, I guess you really enjoyed the new Godzilla movie. Yeah, it's for a fairly low budget film, they did an excellent job with the story. It's not what I expected. It kind of refreshed the genre, the Godzilla genre, if you want to call it that. But I really liked it. It's to me, the best movies are what I call didactic, meaning that the best movies have to be entertaining and enlightening, and that's it. If they can do that, then those tend to become classics. Without spoiling it, if you haven't seen it, Jeff, the new Godzilla movie, it makes you think about people and life. Again, I won't go too much into the story, but it's ironic that even though the title is Godzilla Minus One, the movie is not really about Godzilla. And I won't go into much. Steve knows what I'm talking about. But anyway, the movie was well done, and they left it open for a sequel like they should. But the movie was it was different. I'll just leave it at that. And it definitely should win an Oscar for the special effects and for the writing. Excellent emotional pacing of the story. Yeah, the biggest surprise of last year, without a doubt. All right, I've almost finished my glass of wine. If anybody else is watching, wants to say hello, or pose a question or comment, please do, because we're going to wrap it up. Yeah, Steve, it was a beast of a movie. Hello, Linux aficionado. Definitely was a beast of a movie. Yep. That atomic blast Brett scene. Yeah, it's destroying everything. It was almost like a metaphor for humanity destroying life with atomic power, if you know what I mean. It was funny when the first siren alarm scene in the movie came on, the power went out in the theater. And I was like, gee, I guess the alarm was real. Somebody please feed Godzilla. Anyway, good movie. All right, I'm going to wrap it up here in a few minutes. Again, if you came in late, just replay this from the beginning for the funny stuff. Is there anything else before we wrap it up for this evening? Jeff, thank you for stopping by. Hope you recover quickly. Be safe out there in that storm in Wisconsin. I would say good luck to the Green Bay Packers, but I can't because I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. But hey, it's all good, right? All right, we'll wrap it up for the night then. Thank you everyone for stopping by. For those of you in the path of that storm, be safe as always. Drive carefully, as you always should. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. So be safe and have a good evening. As we say in Italian, buonasera. Good evening. Ciao.